Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Mythgard in Middle-earth. My name is Corey Olsen, the Tolkien professor, joined as always by my friend Gryfflet. Wake up, Gryfflet! It is time to get going again! It's been a long break. Gryfflet has been away. But we're back. However, we're sort of back. Gryfflet is back, but his traits are not, apparently. So as most of you know, in fact, as most of you know way better than I, the burglar class just got an alteration. I don't know if it's an upgrade. I don't know if it's a downgrade. I'm not sure what it is, but it got changed. And I know nothing at all about it. So now, as most of you know who have been watching my stream for any amount of time, I don't pretend to be a professional gamer in any sense. I'm not really very good at this. I enjoy playing the game and, of course, talking about Tolkien lore and thinking about the adaptation that is this wonderful game. But I am hardly a professional gamer. And I have, at the best of times, been rather inconsistent, inefficient, with my usage of burglar traits. However, I now am going to have to relearn a bunch of that. So I instead of retrading myself off screen, I'm gonna do it now, and then you guys can help me to understand better what's going on. Those of you who know the burglar class better than I, which again is probably the majority of people listening to this stream. So yeah, it's time to relearn stuff. Sam, that's exactly what's going to go on here. I also want to try to make sure that I put things back in the place where I knew that they were, so that I don't make the wrong keystrokes accidentally. Addle. Okay. Is Addle the one that I use to, oh yeah, interrupt inductions. Okay, I'm going to keep that at 1. I think I had that up here before and I never hit it. My stealth is where I wanted it to be. Okay, so that's good. Those are normal, I think. What's 3? Subtle stab, yeah, okay, that's right. And this surprise strike, this is the backstab one. That's where I want it to be too. Okay, all right, so that's normal. This is not normal. What even is this? Riddle? Daze the enemy briefly? Okay. Waking the foe? Why would I want to wake them up? Using the skill will not break stealth. Okay. I don't think I ever used that. I'm going to put that up here. Okay. And this one, oh, this is my hide in plain sight, which I used to have there, so that's fine. Feint attack. Did I ever use this? A quick feint attack? Misdirects your foe? Okay. Is that new? I don't even remember this. But okay. I'll put it there, I guess. Okay. Oh, wait. Red Burglar's got the least change, Sam? That's good, because that's definitely what Gryfflet was. What is this? Exposed throat? I don't remember that at all. That's fairly gruesome. After using double-edged strike. Which one is that? Which one is double-edged strike? Is that this one? No, that's flashing blade. Oh, that's my crit attack. Okay, so after a crit attack, strike at your opponent's throat. Okay. So there's now a chain? Because I remember those two were chained together, but those were the only ones that were chained. So, okay, that's fine. This one was over here. I remember that. Exploit opening. This is the stun. Okay, fine. Oh, hang on, and I want my jump off cliffs. That's very important. Who's this? Provoke. Deal modest damage. And diversion. I think I want to move diversion down to here. Okay. Improves your likelihood of a critical. Yeah, okay. All right, fine. I'll put that one down there. Okay. All right. Now, let's trait. Okay, so I'm gonna do red. What do we have? Harder to detect while stealthed. Yeah, that would be good. And increase critical chance. So let's do the stealth ones first. We're gonna do all that, and then we're gonna do all this. Okay, those are just boosts. Hidden dagger. More damage. Yeah, more damage from stealth. Absolutely. All of that. What is this one? Agile hands. Increase critical magnitude. Sure. Yeah. Okay, and then this one, is this a trait? Oh, here we go. Aim. Did I? Okay, no, I did have this. I remember that picture. 100% crit chance. Okay, sure. Aiming seems relevant. Did it? But it doesn't show up down here. I've got to. Do I have to have this one open too? Because I'm getting new skills. Is that an active skill? Where'd it go? Oh, you've got all my pet skills. How about we minimize that for now? Okay, where did aim go? Did I get the aim skill? No? Does that just appear somewhere? Oh, I have to apply the changes. Okay, right. All right, yeah, that's what I'm confused about. You're right. Thank you. Here, I'm going to do this so that I can not lose track of things. Perforate? When did I get perforate? Okay, that came for free with something. Fine. A critical hit enables the burglar to strike with both weapons. Oh, okay, so this is chained off of crit as well? Okay. Hang on a second. Let's we'll put it next to those, I guess. All right. Oh, and here's my aim. Careful aim results in a critical hit. Yeah. Let's see. Who's this? Purge corruption? I don't think I've ever done that in my entire life. Not even once. Okay. So I'll put aim. Golly. Where should I put aim? Maybe I'll put it here. I'm going to need a row over here. Let's do this. These skills. Who needs to heal or hide? I know I do a lot, but I'll put those there so that these can be kind of clustered up here. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm game. Let's to continue. Well practiced. Okay, so I can aim more often, which is great because I don't think I've ever done it, but now I can do it frequently, so that's good. Okay. Strike from shadows. Attacks from stealth are more likely to hit critically. Oh, good. Yeah, well, that sounds useful. And that doesn't get me a new skill or anything. Okay. And then Dance of Blades increases the damage of your critical chain attacks, which now I seem to have more of them. So, okay. Backstab. Good. Yeah, more surprise strike damage. I'm always a big fan of that. This one is Flashing Blades. Your Flashing Blades, 1 point to next. Wait. Flashing Blades makes your next provoke an AoE. Okay, whatever. It just increases Flashing Blade damage or something. Fine. Okay, and location is everything. Critical chain skills ignore 1% of the... Oh, okay. Increase my critical chain stuff. Fine. And vital points. Strike your enemy's weak point with great force. How will I know when an opportunity has presented itself? I don't know. But okay. I'm going to apply these just to make sure we don't get any new skills. Oh, look at this. I'm all over the place. Ah, okay. Oh, right. Improved feint attack. So this is the one that I used to have. This is the one I used to have there. Okay. No, I recognize it now that it has the, radiant background. Okay. So this is gonna... Wow, look at this. I got two of it. Return strike. I didn't see this indicated anywhere, but that's fine. Take advantage of an opening in your opponent's defenses. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put these up here. I'm gonna want this one. I think I'm gonna make a shift. Yeah, now that I see it there, I used to hit this one all the time. So I'm gonna put this one down here. All right. I have way more attacks than I used to do. And I still don't have my oh yeah, this is sand in the eyes over here. Stun dust, yeah. I used to have that there. I'll keep going because I'll get some yellows. Majoring in red with a minor in yellow is what Gryfflet was before, so I'm going to carry on with that. What's this? Improved hide in plain sight. Well, any improvement I can get to that will be handy. And this one is sneak attack. I already do that. Deal savage damage. Sure. Great. Yeah, let's increase the savagery. And knives out. Yeah, that one's handy. Use that one all the time. Okay. Go. Yeah, commit. Trait changes. And there's my knives out, which I used to have an 8, but it's fine. I'll keep it there. Fine. Good. Good. And now what was the thing that I made increased the savagery of? It's fine. Okay. And that completes the red line. So I've got a bunch for yellow line. Now I have to be a little bit more choosy because I'm not going to get all of them, but that's okay. By all means, let's increase maximum morale. That's a good beginning. What do we have here? Opportunist. Subtle stab. Which one is that? Is that this one? Okay. Well, that's not like my main gig there. Mischievous glee. Is that another healing? Your mischief brings you great personal joy, restoring your morale. Wow. A new healing skill. Well, that might come in handy. How lovely. Okay. So this one, isn't this one? Wait, this one doesn't heal anymore? Yeah, restores 50% of maximum morale. Yeah, okay. Okay, well that's fun. Hang on, put that somewhere. I'll put it right there. Sure. I'm getting awful crowded here. It's okay. Oh yeah, because I want my stun dust. That's handy. Wait, what is this in? Comedic timing. All right, resistance penetration. I'm not thrilled. Oh, there. It's increasing my subtle stab. Which. Okay. Impossible target. A target that can barely be seen is impossible to damage effectively. Stealthed damage reduction. Okay. So when I'm stealthed, it reduces the damage done to me while I'm stealthed. Okay, but don't they do no damage to me until they see me? And then I'm not in stealth anymore? But that's okay. Yeah, okay. I'm confused, but that's all right. Hey, it's got to be good, so I'll take that. Vital cut. Strikes to the throat make recovery difficult. I already have a horrible cut people's throat skill. Exposed throat applies an incoming healing debuff. I don't understand what that means. Plus 10% vital cut debuff potency. Okay, I don't understand this one at all. Playful mind. Oh, the duration of my tricks. I have no idea still. I still don't understand tricks. Thick skin. That sounds useful. So I've got only 10 more. So let me see. What are the early ones in blue line? Plus add to melee damage and add to evade chance. That might be better, actually. Oh. Thick skin sounds kind of handy, actually. Why don't I go ahead and do these? What was this one? Oh yeah, the subtle stab. Let's make Gryfflet harder to hit. Okay, oh, that did them all. I see. Fine. 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 Let's do it. Excellent. Okay. There, oh, hang on a second. Do I, he asks with trembling and, okay, good, no. I'm still doing fine. I don't, the virtue system I also don't understand. Like it changed and then I don't, anyway, whatever. But I'm still doing things here, I guess. So, fine. Good. I'm gonna carry on not thinking about that. Oh, I see. Is this what these other things were? Relish, battle, return, strike. I see. This is where I was getting them as I added other things. Improved sneak. Oh, good. Okay. All right. So there we go. Now I have to. So I've got a new healing skill. That's very important to remember. Oh, and there's my stun dust. Okay, I wanted to keep my stun dust somewhere accessible. Tell you what, I'm going to move my jumping skill up to the top because I never use the keystroke for that. Like, I've never had to jump off something like in the middle of combat. So, I'm gonna move these over. I tend to mouse click these anyway, so that's fine. And then I'll put stun dust down here. Okay. And this one is recover from being dazed, right? Okay. Perfect. All right. Gryfflet is ready for anything now, more or less. Speaking of being ready for anything, this reminds me. Like, all of this configuration stuff is reminding me, what's the story with my... No, not the aura. With my, my legendaries. How can I tell? Minimum level 106, and I'm at 117. Crap. I think it means I need to upgrade again, yeah? Do we need to upgrade my legendaries to a minimum? Is 116 a minimum? I could do better. I'd been recently thinking that, like, I haven't gone through the inordinately painful process of upgrading my legendary items in a long time. In so long that it was beginning to make me think I probably am supposed to be doing that or something. Yeah. So I probably need to upgrade these at some point. Not today. Okay. All right. So, where are we? Nargroth. That's where we are. Wow. Okay. Right. So I'm exploring the southern branch here of Nargroth. And what am I doing? Completing quests in Nargroth. I certainly am. Looking for 2 lost pages, first and foremost. My last 2 pages. Not doing the Eorzen thing yet. Because that's the beginning. That will take me into the next one. Right? Into, what's it called? The next region of Mordor? The last region of Mordor? Okay. Exploring the Path of Ember and the Path of Fire. That's what I'm doing. So I'm exploring one of the paths within Nargroth. I am defeating fire drakelings and destroying their nests. I am defeating other bad guys. Fire Grims, Rashai, and something else. Who else? Flame Spirits. Okay. And I'm defeating Regmul. And I'm destroying shrines. 2 Borangos. Right. Yeah, I'm not sure we have started the 3 paths yet. Apparently not. At least I haven't succeeded. Though I did find a volcanic trinket, which I'm sure will come in handy. Okay. All right. Fine. So here we are. And that's the way I came from. Okay. Here we are, going this way. Is that a reg mule up there? Yes, indeed. Okay. Got some more. We got some new material here. Okay. I've got a flame spirit. I've got nests. We're in business again. So, in the interest of that, let me take a look at my lore questions. Okay. JJ, I seem to remember that I didn't quite finish the last time I was here. I didn't quite finish answering the question about C.S. Lewis. Just to remind folks about it. Tolkien wrote, "It is sad that Narnia and all that part of C.S.L.'s works should remain outside the range of my sympathy, as much of my work was outside his." And JJ asked the very sensible question, do we know which of his works he was referring to as being outside of Lewis's sympathy? The simple answer is no. I don't know, and it's hard to imagine. I mean, the only thing I can think that he's referring to, the only thing I can think that he's referring to is the Silmarillion, because he. Oh, okay. Hey. Well, those new skills are working out a treat. Yeah, so, what'd you come behind me for? That was rude. Oh, I almost got to cut his throat. Now let's see how my attack from stealth goes. Well, not bad. Haha. Okay. That was a little bit satisfying. All right. So, yeah. So just to recap what I know that I said before. We know that... well, first of all, no, let me not go first of all. We know that C.S. Lewis loved and admired deeply The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings. I mean, that is a certainty. So he can't be referring to The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings. And what's more, it's not like there can even be any question of doubt as to whether or not Tolkien knew. Like, 'cause you could say, like, well, maybe, you know, he didn't realize that, you know, maybe he thought, maybe he was mistaken about the idea that C.S. Lewis wasn't in sympathy with Hobbit and the Lord. Maybe he thought he hated them. No, he didn't think that, Lewis hated The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings, because C.S. Lewis wrote, huge raving reviews in public of them. So, yeah, like, everybody knew that C.S. Lewis loved The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings. So that can't be it. I've explored this path enough. Does that mean I should turn around and go back? It's enough exploring. Knock it off. Okay. So, seriously, I'm feeling a little discouraged by that quest text. Okay. But I guess I can just fight some more people here, I suppose. Oh, one-shot at that guy, huh? Okay, so hang on a second. So these are alternative. They don't chain together. After, I can do either flashing blades, or I can do exposed throat. Okay. Or I can do perforate. Dual wielding required. Well, I am dual wielding, so that's fine. 3 attacks. How do I tell which one of those is better? Weird. Anyway, so hey, I just interrupted your induction, Mr. Berserker. I think, or maybe you finished it. I just attempted to interrupt your. No, I didn't. Yeah, you totally healed yourself. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, that one is pretty nice. So, what does this do again? Well-placed strike? When an opportunity presents itself, and it may never do so. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So, JJ says, was he just being polite? Perhaps wanting to make it clear that he respected Lewis and wasn't trying to talk down as to some lesser author. I do think, JJ, that he's exaggerating. Because, again, the only... I mean, what? Was Tolkien referring to, like, Farmer Giles of Ham or something? You know, as being outside? I mean, like... It would have to be, for it to be parallel to the Narnia issue, it would have to be like The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, or the Silmarillion. And so I think it could only be the Silmarillion material that he's thinking of. But I know of no evidence that Lewis was not in sympathy with that. He quite liked the Laolathian when he read it. We have very direct evidence on that. His own commentary, Lewis's own commentary. So, yeah, I think it's an exaggeration. I think that's how I would characterize it. I think that Tolkien was exaggerating when he said that. And in some ways trying to sort of appease his own feelings. He knows he has a debt of friendship to C.S. Lewis. And even in a sense, a creative debt. Not in the sense that he was copying Lewis, or being inspired by him, but in the sense that, like, Lewis was... Lewis's encouragement was a huge deal to him. Very impactful on his own creative development. And yet, so basically, I think Tolkien's feeling guilty, essentially. I think that Tolkien's feeling guilty about being out of sympathy with Narnia. And again, just to do a very quick review, because I've talked about this many times. But it's important, I think, and I think it's often misunderstood why Tolkien was out of sympathy with Narnia. And it is not because of the two things that I've often heard people say about that. Are first, Tolkien didn't like Narnia because it was like so overtly preachy, and Tolkien wasn't into that. That is not why. He didn't like it because it's an allegory, and Tolkien hated allegory. It's not an allegory, so that's not... And Tolkien knew allegory well enough to know what allegory was, and the Chronicles of Narnia aren't it. Footnote. Sometimes especially Christian listeners will get upset when I say that Narnia isn't an allegory. I am not in saying that denying the Christian symbolism. I am just saying it isn't an allegory. It is not. Allegory is not the means by which that symbolism is being put forward. It's just people call it an allegory because modern people don't know what allegory is. They're just not used to it. So they don't know it when they see it, or don't, as the case may be. Okay, so what do I still need? None of these guys. These guys don't do me a lick of good, because I got all of the gosh high that I need. I haven't found a single shrine. What? Oh, found a flame spirit, though, apparently. Yeah, that, throat cutting one is my new favorite. Exposed throat. In fact, I like it so much, I'm going to switch its position. Oh, okay. Never mind. Hang on. Gotta get the other one back now. Where did it go? Flashing blades. No. Yeah. Hang on. Put flashing blades up there. Where did my throat cutting one go? Exposed throat. Put that in 7, and then flashing blades back in 8. Yeah. I still don't know under what circumstances to use perforate, but that's okay. Okay. Fine. So anyway, so the Chronicles of Narnia are the word that Lewis used to describe it, which seems a good word, is a supposition. It's a supposition. And the supposition is simply, what if there were other worlds in which God manifested himself, in which Jesus manifested himself? Aslan isn't a symbol or an allegory of Jesus. Aslan is Jesus manifested by supposition in this separate fantasy world. Yeah, it's a portal fantasy as well, also, but I'm not really talking about genre. I'm talking about sort of technique, essentially. Anyway, but so it's not that. It's not the allegory thing. It's not even the Christian thing. Like that, that's not why he was not in sympathy with it. Tolkien was not in sympathy with Narnia because it was chaos. From Tolkien's perspective. It was because Tolkien I'm not trying to be my goodness, this place is lousy with Rogmul. Holy cow, the 4 of them here. And finally some shrines. 6 of them. They're everywhere. Ooh, and a fire spirit over there. I'm gonna want that one. Okay, fine. Yeah, so okay, so I do need Grims, don't I need Grims? Hey, look, I could cut the throat of a Grim. Okay, right. It was chaos. Chaos was the problem. The negative things that Tolkien was on record as saying about. So this is based on Tolkien's own words. Like, this is not me guessing exactly. Some of it is guessing, like, in the sense that, like, some of this is built on a negative. That is, he didn't comment on, the overt way, the comparative to his works, overt way in which Tolkien integrated Christian themes. He didn't comment on that. He didn't seem to have anything against that. And again, nor is it allegory, or did he call it allegory. What he did comment on with Narnia is that it was chaotic. He he was a very systematic thinker, Tolkien was. And his style, he loved fantasy that was integrating theology. Ooh, I found the Ledge of Terror. Okay. So, I mean, he loved to write fantasy that was, you know, both doing, that was writing mythology, and that was sort of dealing with or integrating elements of older mythology. Those were two of his favorite things, and two of the things that he did all the time, and Lewis does the same. In his works, Narnia is full of all kinds of mythic and mythological figures. And Tolkien loves that. So that's not a problem. The problem is it was chaos. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Tolkien hated The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. What did he hate about? He hated Mr. Tumnus. He hated that you have a Greek faun, a Norse dwarf, and bloody Santa Claus, all in like a few and talking animals, all within a few chapters of each other. And he's like, God, what is even happening? What am I reading here? Anyway, that's what he disliked about it. And, you know, he thought that most people don't even understand Mr. Tumnus. Mr. Tumnus is a very adult joke. Like, there is some seriously after dark humor involved in Mr. Tumnus. Anyone who's actually read Greek and Roman mythology, as of course Tolkien had, knows what fauns are famous for. What fauns are famous for is kidnapping and raping nymphs and human women, human girls. So that Lewis begins his book with a faun whose job is to lie in wait and kidnap girls is both, on the one hand, very much in keeping with the traditional mythological role of fauns, and also it's like an adult joke. Mr. Tumnus doesn't rape Lucy, and I'm not saying that Lewis was implying a sexual overtone there. The point is that comedy is based on the fact that there isn't, and sort of should be from a mythological perspective. And you remember Mr. Tumnus's bookshelf? About like nymphs and their ways and stuff like that. Like, it's Tolkien was like, no, stop. Stop. We can't, let's stop. Let's not go there. And this is not appropriate in a children's story. Okay. C.S. Lewis had C.S. Lewis had a much more mischievous sense of humor than Tolkien. Was very funny and had a very good sense of humor. But C.S. Lewis's sense of humor was much more mischievous than Tolkien's. I mean, I think the fun thing is hilarious. Like, what he does with it. Like, if you know Greco-Roman mythology, you're just guffawing at that whole passage. But anyway, yeah. So that's the reason. But anyway, but it's not to Tolkien's tastes. He did not enjoy that. Am I really stuck? So this is it. I've got to go back. This is the end of the one path. I guess I know. Oh, wait, hang on. I'm getting the picture now. There are 3 paths I'm supposed to explore, and there are 6 shrines I'm supposed to destroy. And at the very end of one path was 2 shrines. Okay. I'm following the math now. So I'm just going to work my way back. And I still need 1 Regmul, which I think will be easy to find. And I still need 1 Grim and 1 more set of Drakelings and Nest. Okay. Okay, so I don't think there were any turnings off this path. This was just a one-way path, so that's fine. But I don't have to go out of my way for any bad guys. So I can just stealth my way out of here. Okay. Except when it comes to Drakelings who pull me out of stealth. Oh, good. I even got on a fire spirits, didn't I? I think so. Okay. Anyway, so we know, you know, as Tolkien is admitting, of course, in this in the letter that that JJ is quoting, that he was out of sympathy with Narnia, and as I was suggesting before, I think there's some real guilt involved there. He knows that C.S. Lewis has not only been, like, patient with him, but has been his champion throughout his publication career, for sure. So I think that he feels guilty about not being in sympathy with Narnia. Or, like, not guilty, but he feels bad. Like, he knows that C.S. Lewis has always backed him. And he knows that he hasn't backed Narnia. He could have done, right? He could have, like, written reviews. He could have been like, oh, everybody has to read Narnia. This is amazing. But he's not done that because he's not in sympathy with Narnia. He doesn't like it. And that's where I think some guilt really genuinely lies. So yes, JJ, I think it's his guilt talking. I think that I went down this way and it was a dead end, as I recall. So I'm going to go back this way. All right, because now I am... Okay, this is back towards the center again. Darn it. Those flame spirits and their AoE. Okay. I've discovered the Court of Horror. I've never been here before. I thought I was retracing my steps. But that's okay. I guess this is the... So I'm on the central path now. Okay. Fine. We'll just keep going this way then. Guess I wasn't retracing my steps. So yes, I think that he's trying to convince himself, essentially, that C.S. Lewis was more out of sympathy than he really was with things. Maybe he felt like Lewis was a little, you know, plus minus on some of the Silmarillion material, and that was the basis on a singed page. And that was some of the basis on which he, you know, basically convinced himself. Because I don't think he's lying. Again, I don't think he's being dishonest. But well, I think there may be. To this day,
I'll never quite know what happened next. There was a roaring voice, and Uridani's all defiant as ever. Whatever it was, she fought it. I don't think she won.
Oh, I've explored this path enough. Well, that means I must be about to discover something good. At least that's what happened last time. Alright, I'm going upstairs. Got some shrines up here. Okay. Alright. Did they change what the AoE looks like? Were they always that spiky? Or is it just that kind or something? Alright. Look at that. I got to do perforate. I perforated that dude. Oh, I guess I was wrong about the number of shrines, too. I got 3 of them up here. Anyway, so it's complicated. Also, keep in mind as well, JJ, could you remind me, what's the date of that comment? The out of sympathy comment. One does always have to remember context. And C.S. Lewis and Tolkien's relationship was complicated and got complicated. They moved apart. Lewis went to Cambridge later in his life. And Tolkien never really understood or accepted C.S. Lewis's relationship with Joy Davidman. So the two of them they didn't fall out. Like, it's not like they had like horrible fights or something like that. They just drifted apart. Their relationship got much less close in their later years. November 64. Yes. Okay. So that's after that had happened. So that was after they had drifted apart. I found the Ash Watch. That's what this little area is. See, I was right. As soon as it tells me I've gone far enough, it means you're about to discover something cool. Maybe even a singed page. Who knows? Okay. Well, I found my last drakeling nest, at least. And here we go. Boom. All right. You've successfully defeated many fire drakeling. I sure have. And that's it. That's over here. Wait. Oh, there's another one hiding around the corner. Okay, so let's see. What if I do this guy? Alright. Sure. So that's it. I can't get anywhere from here. This is just like where the last of the fire drakelings was. That's fine. But I can continue on straight all the way up to there. I guess the last shrine is somewhere over on the other road, which I would expect. But I should be able to turn right up here and keep going east. Well, the other thing, by 1964... What was the year of C.S. Lewis's death? I mean, it's close to it. C.S. Lewis, who died on the same day that JFK was assassinated. So if I remembered that date well enough, I would remember this. Whoa. Dude. I don't have quests for any of these dudes. Tell you what. This looks like serious business this way. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna wait on this. Okay. November 22nd, 1963. I thought it was 63 or 64. Yeah, so C.S. Lewis was already dead when he made that comment. So they had long since. And JJ, that to me seems to really cement it, frankly. The guilt reading of that passage. Tolkien, we have Tolkien's comments on seeing the notice, the obituary of C.S. Lewis. You know, when he heard that C.S. Lewis was dead, he talked about what a blow that was for him. I'm going the wrong way. Is that true? Yeah. How do I... What is stopping me from going that way? Why can't I go that way? I can't get there. Okay. How do I... Huh. Okay. I have to go down around, I guess? Yeah. Okay, fine. Anyway, so he commented on the death of C.S. Lewis and what a blow that it was to him to hear about that. And he was full of memories of their early friendship and of what C.S. Lewis and his encouragement and support meant to him. That within a year, he's making that comment about, I'll go ahead and say sort of convincing himself that C.S. Lewis was out of sympathy with his works. I think he's feeling that cements my reading of guiltiness. Okay. This is like the other side where there's this little right-hand jog and then we go downhill. Okay. So the only one I have left is the shrine. So I can just ignore everybody and everything, including this enormous Kyrog. Right. Okay. Oh, who's up the stairs? Just a Rogmul. Yeah. So if that's after Lewis's death, then yeah, I think we have the answer there. Yeah. Okay. I think we have the answer. Oh, man. Darn it. Man, those fire drakelings have a fairly wide radius. I've still never seen an opportunity to use well-placed strike. With an opportunity presented. Such as what? Oh, good. I've explored this path enough. It's about to get good. It's like they're trying to keep me from discovering something. Oh, fire drakelings. Shoot. I didn't notice that that's what this was. Here I thought was congratulating myself on my cunning for avoiding the fire spirit in the other room. And I walked right into the Drakelings. Uh-oh. He's gonna get me. Yep. Oh, man, it's a whole party. Oh, I know what I'm missing. I'm missing the, I'm missing the, my old stun trick thing. Yeah. That's, they took that out of the, they took that one out. Also, I feel like I used to have trip. Not that I ever used it, but... Huh. Okay, sorry. All right. Here we are. Closing in on something. Where are we? This one looks like going back the way we came from. Yeah, that loops around. And doesn't go to where my final shrine is. Now, if I don't find the page, I'll have to check that out. But I have a theory that the page will be found in one of those courts. You know, like you've discovered the court of horror or whatever it is. That's what I think. Got a shrine here? There's a shrine over there. At the Ledge of Fear. It's the kind of place I'd expect to find a singed page. Whoa. Yikes. Okay. Hang on a second. Yeah, that just crashed me. Hang on. That's okay. No, I don't need a hint yet, Phil, but maybe. Keep it handy. Hang on, I gotta come back in now. All right. Ah, JJ, I just saw your follow-up question. In that same letter, the Not in Sympathy letter, Tolkien also wrote, also, I personally found Letters to Malcolm, by C.S. Lewis, a distressing and in parts horrifying work. I began a commentary on it, but if finished, it would not be publishable. Do we know if any bits of this commentary survived and are publicly available? I've never seen them. Yeah, it's very interesting. I've never seen them. So Letters to Malcolm, chiefly on prayer, is one of Lewis's, well, okay, I was just about to call it one of Lewis's nonfiction Christian writings. It's also one of his very last writings, by the way. It's one of the final things that C.S. Lewis ever wrote. How inconvenient. Two defilers? Yuck. Okay. Oh, sorry. Apologies. I forgot to turn my screen back on. Sorry. I turned it off when I crashed to my desktop because I have to log in again and stuff, and nobody wants to do that with an audience. Sorry. Totally forgot to turn my screen back on. Yeah, so that's like you just had a brief radio experience. There you go. Okay, we've got our final shrine, Ledge of Dread. Surely a place. Oh, we do have two shrines here. Okay. You have successfully defeated many Regmul and destroyed shrines to Borangos. Your efforts should slowly weaken the hold that Borangos has over Talath Urui. Okay. Good to know. Oops. Totally forgot to stealth myself there first before aggroing this Rogmul. Okay. So, no pages. A disappointing dearth of pages, but it's not surprising. I have one page left, and I know where the, like, central, you know, boss place here is, and presumably the page will be there. So, I'm not in the slightest disappointed. Alright, let's go up around this way. There's a bunch of fire things up here. But maybe we'll get lucky. Oh, see, the Grims don't have AoE, so that's nice. Okay. So now I've been everywhere, which is comforting. And back to the watching stone, which I still don't understand why I'm automatically doing its bidding. That still continues to puzzle me. Okay. Well, here is my unlikely friend, the Watching Stone. You approach the ever-vigilant stone. It gazes at you silently and does nothing. You are to assume that you have not waited long enough. Okay. A few moments pass, and your eyes start to feel heavy as if you are being forced to close them. Giving in, a vision appears in the darkness. A giant being of fire sits alone. You know it to be called Borangos, the Great Rogmul, but you do not know why. I don't know why it's called Borangos. No, I don't. Why did his mama name him that? Borangos the Horror leaves his throne and walks to the lake of fire, the Chash Horm. There he walks atop the fiery waters and proceeds slowly towards the erupted Mount Doom. When you open your eyes, the vision is past, and the stone is silent and unmoving. That's it? That's all you got? Um, oh, it does have quest rings. I just couldn't see them. Okay, fine. You freeze in place as a pain enters your chest. The cold stone conjures unbidden words to swell up inside you. Unknowingly you say power, followed by Borangos and Dúrossul. You close your eyes to cope with the pain, and an image of an armored rogmul towers over you next to a volcanic vent. Your eyes shoot open as the images burn away. Able to breathe again, you gather your thoughts. It seems the Watching Stone assumes you want to forge a treaty with Borangos and has shown you one of his lieutenants to speak to instead. Okay. Dúrossul is one of the lieutenants of Borangos. Okay. You freeze in place as a pain enters your chest once more. The cold stone conjures unbidden words to swell. Okay, power. I already said those. And Nargúr this time. Okay. You close your eyes to cope with the pain. An armored rogmul towers over you next to an ornate pillar. Your eyes shoot open as the images burn away. Okay. Huh. This is very unusual. That is the duplicate text. They've rarely done this in quests. This time it's the same thing except Narthalum, and this time the armored rogmul is towering over us next to a vile statue. Okay. And those are in here. Okay. All right. So I did get my second round of quests. Okay, so now at least I have a vague understanding that I am somehow bamboozling the evil statue, which feels a little better than merely complying with it. Okay, so wait, do Nargúr first. Which one is that? The blue. Okay, so I'll bang a right then up here. Oh, look, a vent. So vents look like stalagmites, huh? Ha! Oh, flame spirit, you failed even to interrupt me while I was destroying that vent. Oh yes, your attempts to disrupt my quest are pitiable, in fact. Okay, I'm going to take a right, but first I'm going to take out that vent, which I guess means I got to take out these folks. Okay. Right, it's just like a big old hollow stalagmite, huh? No problem. Phil, did you just offensively quote the wiki? That's very naughty. Okay, now as I recall, I've got to go downstairs. Good. Get around that flame spirit. The rule of Lotro maps. Wherever you put the legend, it is in an inconvenient place. Whenever you open the maps. I wish I could resize it. That's what I wish. Well, I don't want to hide it. I like it. I want it to be there. I refer to it all the time. I just don't want it to block so much of the map, that's all. Okay. So So the white are the statues. So I'm getting into statue territory. Looks like I've got one or two of those. Oh, okay. Wow. Is this the thing that interrupts induction? Okay. Okay. Oh, there's another statue right over there. Well, I might as well get the chest while I'm here. Anyway, so I was talking about letters to Malcolm chiefly on prayer. C.S. Lewis's last work of nonfiction. But you may remember when I said that, I paused in calling it a work of nonfiction, because it's sort of nonfiction and sort of fiction. And this, I think, is where this is what Tolkien found horrifying about it. So Letters to Malcolm Chiefly on Prayer is one half. So like it's written in epistolary form. That is, it's a collection of letters, but they're fake letters. They're fictional letters to a fake friend. So basically, Lewis, he wanted to write, a book thinking about prayer. And the vehicle that he chose to write about prayer was a series of letters, because he wanted to, it's like a sort of a personal thing and a personal journey. And so he wanted to kind of characterize it in that way. So he wrote a book as if it was a collection of letters, theoretically, to like a fake friend named Malcolm. And I believe it's that's why. So you see why I hesitated between calling it a work of nonfiction, because it's also a work of fiction, because it's made up letters to a made up person. And this, I think, is what Tolkien found horrifying about it. And I have to admit, the first time I read Letters to Malcolm, I was deceived by it. Like, I assumed that these were real letters to a real friend. Because, he makes up this whole stuff like this, Malcolm has a son who gets sick and might die. And, it's because they're talking about prayer and like praying for him and stuff. And it's fine. Like, it's all part of the fiction. It's not like it's actually dishonest, but I remember feeling a little shocked when I first discovered that. And I was like, I was resistant. I remember this conversation vividly. When I was like, yeah, I read C.S. Lewis's Letters to Malcolm Chiefly on Prayer, and someone's like, well, that's not, it's not real. And I was like, I wonder who Malcolm was. And he was like, oh, it's not real. Those are made up. And I was shocked, and I was like, that can't be true. And because I was like, he wouldn't do that. Why would he do that? Because it was so personal, and it felt dishonest. You could say all fiction is sort of theoretically dishonest, like you're making stuff up, and like, what's wrong with that? But it's just, anyway, I remember, I've come to peace with it. Like, it's fine. I don't still believe that, or still feel that Letters to Malcolm Chiefly on Prayer is like an immoral book or something like that. But I do remember struggling with it. So I resonate with Tolkien's own reaction when he talked about being horrified by it. And I feel fairly confident that this is what he was horrified by. Yeah, so it's similar in style in some ways, JJ, to the screw tape letters. But the screw tape letters are like the sort of the veneer of fiction is much I don't know what, thinner, I guess. Hang on a second. Why do I have what's the blue? Blue. See, I use the legend all the time. Nargúr. So those are pillars? More pillars? Did I miss pillars up here? Oh, I did. Oh my goodness. Let's just turn my back on that pillar there. These pillars aren't like glowing quite as much as... Let's see, can he stop me? He cannot stop me. You cannot hope to stop Gryfflet destroying pillars. Okay. Oh, look, I've still got blue. Did I miss more up here? Because I'm pretty sure this is the end of the line. There aren't pillars down here, are there? Just shrines. Those pillars don't flash very prominently. Huh. Anyway, yeah, exactly. The screw tape letters are... Oh, there are more pillars. They're right there. Excuse me, could you turn around, please? I appreciate it. No. You refuse? It's fine. Well, that Firegrim is being awfully polite, however. Hope these aren't load-bearing pillars. Oh, did I get enough of them? That was all I need? Destroy a more prominent pillar. Oh. Okay. Oh, I see. There's the more prominent pillar. Alright, well. This guy's wandering about, and I wouldn't want him to wander into range. Anyway, as far as screw tape letters are concerned, no one is going to read the screw tape letters and then feel like betrayed. You know what I mean? Be like, wait, you mean like he made those up? You know what I mean? Like this, again, I believe that is the, where at least some of the horror that Tolkien is describing comes from. Okay. Alright, I better off these guys first, of course. I'm going to start with the Defilers. Okay. There we go. All right, prominent pillar. Hey, Nargúr. Oh, we get to chat. Well, that's friendly. Hey, maybe I'll like eat some consumables or something. Might help. You never know. You have desecrated this realm. Borangos has tasked me with putting an end to your foolish missions. What beast of Mordor beyond do you serve? You speak no words, then I must turn you to ash. Well, that's a fair cop. Oh, man. You were a wimp. Or maybe my, new skills are just that buff. Okay. I've defeated Nargúr now. Or there's something back there. Okay, I gotta make sure I find that thing before I leave. Okay. So, wait, it's... Okay, it's upstairs from here, whatever the thing is that I missed. Here we go. Upstairs, around the corner. Oh, another statue. So the statues are definitely coming in pairs. Good to remember. Okay, so now I think I'm done here on the south. Seem to be. So I head back to the north. Let's stealth first. All right. I am so keen to get my last page, not just because, the singed pages really matter to me, and my page collection, such that I'm even considering doing raids in order to complete my quests. But in addition to that, I'm particularly keen on the story of what's her face, the Stone Maiden, and so I really want to hear this narrated from their perspective. Urudani, that's the one. Yes. I'm keen on the Urudani story to try to understand that story better. We got some of it, of course, in that instance. Never gonna escape him. Okay. How are we doing? Oh, we're doing okay. Let's see if we can get through this layer of quests. Oh, forgot to stealth myself. I'm just like roaming around. Well, that was foolish. Hey, ooh! I almost had an opportunity to do a well-placed strike. Oh well, maybe another opportunity will arise next week. Those only come around once in a blue moon, or at least I'm only paying attention once in a blue moon. Okay, so we're gonna go across the way here. Okay, there's another vent. Then I think we're going to get some statue action over here. If I read my map aright. Yep. Okay. Oops. Did it again. Well, that's okay. So anyway, so instead of having to do that thing where I shift modes to like make my strikes, my critical strikes, AoE or not, I just choose between them. So the old flashing blades one is the AoE one, and the exposed throat one is the single person one. I'm tracking. I'm getting it now. I still don't know how to do reverse return strikes. But it's okay. Alright. What does Dúrossul need? He's the vent dude. And Narthalum is the statues dude. He's only on one more, so. Darn it. Here, guys, come over. Oh, I got everybody on the planet here. Fine. I'm going to use my new skill. Whee! Oh boy, that was a terrible healing. That healed like nothing. With 2 defilers over here. That's nasty. Yikes. Okay. Well, that was unpleasant. Okay. Come on now, Gryfflet. We've got half an hour. We can finish Dúrossul and Narthalum. Surely. Okay, all the fire drakelings. Which are annoying, but at least they're pretty squishy too. I will have to say, you know, if you're going to do a ranged attack, you might as well go for broke and make it a, you know, fire breath that blasts the entire room. I do admire that about the drakelings. Okay. So over here is the final statue. No, it's a vent. Alright, I've got 1 each of those. Where's the purple? Oh, they're overlapping. Okay. 1 each of vents and statues now. Wait, hang on a second. Nothing down here, is there? Oh, yes. Yes, there is. All the things are down here. Okay, do we have anything hanging around that I don't want to aggro? Yes, that defiler. And then I'll spitefully destroy your statue. And now I've got the more prominent statue, which is really only more prominent by its placement. Oh no, I see. Wings up instead of wings down. Okay. Hey, Narthalum. What creature dwells unwelcomed in Nargroth? Have you a message for Borangos, or are you simply pathetic and lost? I have not the time for this trifle. I'm not welcome any longer. I've outstayed my welcome. Ooh! I did a well-placed strike! I killed him with a well-placed strike! Oh my goodness! That was so satisfying. Okay. Look at that. That was well placed indeed. Okay, so now I go the other way. Yeah. I come out here and around the corner and then up those stairs. I guess. there no vents here? Oh, there it is. Now, where's the more prominent vent? Oh, in the same place? Weird. Oh, over there. Gotcha. The Ledge of Dread, of course. Alright, well, let's just defile the place. Does that mean that I'm filing it? Okay. So, JJ, your question was, what do I think would have made his commentary on Letters to Malcolm unpublishable? My primary answer or guess is peevishness. Basically that, you know, he kind of recognized that, I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing. This is me guessing. That it was unpublishable just sort of because of its, I don't know what, spirit, perhaps? I mean, I don't think he was, like, you know, being, you know, vulgar or something like that. I just think that, like, it could have been publishable if it had been merely a response to C.S. Lewis's ideas, but that he felt, again, just me guessing, that he felt it was not merely a response to the ideas, but, you know, just a more personal criticism of the approach. Yeah. Anyway. What purpose have you within the sacred realm of Borangos? Speak now, and I shall show mercy and merely throw you to the flames below. What will you do if I don't speak now, then? What does non-mercy look like under the circumstances? They really were wimps. Okay. And that's it? Oh, time to spare. Back to my close friend, the Watchstone, whom I am bamboozling, I have discovered. Excuse me. I can run right through the wickets there without... Okay, we'll go back up around now. Darn it. Whew, it's getting warm up here. Put yourself out, Gryfflet, and move forward. Okay. Oof. All right, here we go. Down the stairs. Take a right. Back down the entry corridor. Through this flame spirit who is very inconvenient. Hey, I don't have reveal weakness anymore. Is that not a thing? I don't have reveal weakness to forget to do anymore. Well, that's good. I can stop pretending that I remember to do that occasionally. That was one of my greatest inadequacies as a burglar. Okay. The watching stone is motionless, and the air smells strange and foul. Searching and piercing eyes all around you. Oh, but I'm getting presents. I'm getting a torque. I don't want that one. I want a pendant. Oh, yeah, that's much more the thing. What else will you give me? Nothing. And nothing. I'll put on my new pendant. Okay. The cavern rock focuses a beaming gaze upon you. Carven rock focuses a beaming gaze upon you. Strange sounds begin to echo in your head. There is a grinding of rocks. A pickaxe strikes and voices echo through a cavern. A driving pain seems to emanate from the watching stone and seize your head and chest. Images swirl through you and time seems to stop. You close your eyes, yet you can still see. Everything looks different, as if you are seeing the world through another's eyes. Before you is Nargroth, but it is not ripped apart by the flames and fires of Mount Doom. There are dwarves and men on scaffolding working on walls in the cavern. Some have stopped working and instead gaze upon a doorway that is much, much older. The images fade and you hear an explosion and screams. Those sounds fade as well. The stone is silent and has released you from its grasps. You are uncertain if the watching stone has shown you this memory of Nargroth for a purpose. Perhaps you will be able to search for some of the remnants of the ancient seal you saw in the vision. Round 3. Oh, they're all everywhere. Huh. Okay. I still have a little bit of time. Let's see how many seal ancient ward fragments I can find between now and the end of my time. On the whole, I am liking the new burglar traits. I like being able to choose between the... Ooh, hey look. I like being able to choose between the one target and AoE effects. Oops. Once again, forgetting I'm not stealthed. Okay. At least I didn't blunder into the... Did I get taken out of stealth for some reason? Ooh. Haha. Okay. Fine. Now. Right. I'm going to go down here. Yep, across the bridge. Right through the... Why is everybody detecting me this time? That is not right. I object. Gryfflet feels that his rights are being abrogated. Okay. It's an insult to his burglariousness to have his stealthiness so continuously and unwantedly impugned. We got 2 fragments up here. Okay, 2 ancient ward fragments. Coming right up. You like my cut, Norskmon? Yeah, I drink a lot of water. I have the extra big one. 32 ounces. A whole quart. That's a little bit more than a liter for you Europeans, or unless it's a little bit less than a liter. I can never remember. Okay, so, alright, we're doing great. There's another fragment up here, it looks like. Yes, indeed. Which means I'm going to have to take this guy out. And I know all about these drakelings. We're always guarding this stairway. Yeah, Nargroth is becoming intimately familiar. Okay, no fragments here, huh? Any in this direction? It doesn't look like it. No, I don't think so. On the multiple ledges? I think I'm done with the ledges. The ledges are where the, oh, there's one over here. Hiding in the corner. Okay. Glad I checked over here. All right. So I think let me just double check over here. Nah. Okay. Okay. I don't think there's one up here. Nope. Why is there that extension of the purple up here? I feel like I'm missing something. That's just a corroded chest. So is that. But why would the purple extend? Are they hiding? Aha! Ha! Ha ha! Okay. There we go. Now quick before those drakelings regen. Now we're done with the northern wing. I forget which path this is. They're all so similar. Path of Ash, Path of embers. Path of something or other. Vaguely fire related. Okay. I'd better check up here. Uh-huh. Thought so. Brace of defilers. Nobody likes that. Okay. All right. Okay, I did get it. All right, I think there it is. I was suspicious that there was an ancient ward fragment up here and down this little hallway. Okay, so this would be the ancient ward that was broken during the construction of Nargroth, which released Borangos. At which point Udûn was flamified by Borangos. So the thing that's so interesting about Udûn's story to me is that she's this like tragic villain. I mean, she's not, it's not just like unscrupulous and powerful person who sided with Sauron and Sauron gave her dark powers. That's the kind of standard story of that's the standard story of Sauron's lieutenants, you know? But instead she encounters this other being and is destroyed by it, and then Sauron basically passes her over for, you know, the enormous fire demon that she accidentally unleashes. I want to know more about Borangos' past. Was he a servant of Morgoth? Hey, look over there. Thank you. I hate it when they do that thing. Just delaying the inevitable for the sake of being annoying. So yes, who placed the ward? Like, who was Borangos? Was he an independent fire spirit enslaved by Morgoth? Corrupted by Morgoth? Who imprisoned him? Why was he imprisoned here? Did Sauron know of it? These are all the things I want to know. Oh, I'm at 10 of 12. We're getting there. Looks like I still got some more down this way. At least one. Okay, down here, around the corner. Is there one in this room? Yep. Ooh, up on the ledge. How do I even get up there? I'm too short to jump. Oh, okay, I can climb up that, I guess. Oh, so can they, apparently. Okay. One more, huh? Oh, we seem to have lots of options. Did I miss one there on that little island? There seem to be others anyway. So I've got choices. But none out on that other ledge. The Ledge of Terror. So let's head back. And while I'm heading back, so wait a second. Am I turned around on the map? No, I'm not. Okay. Okay. One more. Uh-oh. I'm out of time. Oh, stupid. Dracoing, wasting my time. I'm in a rush here, Dracoing. I don't want to eat into too much of Druid's Fire's time. And I only have one left. Then presumably I will get the final quest, the final boss quest, to go down the center. Okay. This is where I think there might be one. Oh yeah, I forgot to look down in that alcove, didn't I? Or did I already? Okay. Yeah, because I got one down here, didn't I? Yeah, it's right there. I got that one. So why does the purple extend all the way down here? It doesn't seem it ought to have. There isn't one hiding around the corner up here. No. Okay. That's fine. I'll just go down the middle. Okay. Great. It's fine, Drew. It's fire. Okay, I appreciate it. If I can get up to where I get the final quest. Hang on, I'm just going to aggro this other flame spirit while I'm at it, because I'm obviously going to have to do both. Okay, so now I come back to the central corridor, and I take a right, and I go down the middle briefly to the whatever it is, but here we go. And I think that's it, right? Yes. Bring him to Isnir? Who's that? Is that the person who's outside? I have to leave? Well, that's unexpected. Okay. Isnir's at the Udûn Foothold? What? Huh. Let's do that. Okay, Isnir. Wow.
Greetings.
Why on earth would I even suspect this person whom I've never even really met before? Okay, no, that's fine. I have been summoned from Gondor to help those with questions of history and lore here in Udûn. Have we met before? I don't think so, so why I would have thought to bring these to you is beyond my understanding. I do not think so, but I am much better with books than with faces, you see. Isnir, Drowsnake says, more like is far, am I right? Okay, yes. Now what have we here? These look old, quite old. Give me a few moments to look over them with some detail. I may be able to tell you more about them. I must read through a few passages of this text over here. I shall only be a moment or two. Gryfflet, I have something I would like to share with you. I've been looking through my notes here and have come to a few truths about these ancient fragments that you have brought back from Nargroth. From the visions you have described and from what I have learned of Nargroth, I believe that the fortress of Nargroth was built on top of something else. It seems that Nargroth has been a mighty structure in Mordor for many years. What was built in the Caverns of Fire before Nargroth's construction is much, much older. Looking at these fragments, I would say it is of a chamber of some kind, perhaps with a ward or seal. I would put this structure as being built around the Second Age, possibly early Second Age. Okay, early Second Age means after the fall of Morgoth. So one of Morgoth's other lieutenants would have been imprisoned here in early days. Okay. From what you have told me, I believe all this has something to do with Borangos. This Rogmul is most powerful. In historic text, none have been seen such as Borangos, since the times when great beasts of fire and shadow walked the lands for Regmul to serve. Okay. Oh, I'm getting agile leggings of the towers. You're giving me pants, huh? Okay, except the tower set... Oh, wait, no, you're not giving it to me. You're promising it to me. The tower set looks lame. That's what my... like the Gondorian leisure suit that I'm wearing is. But it's okay. Right? Am I right about that? Yes. Okay, well, at least my pants will be as lame as my top.
We must learn more about Nargroth.
This place, Nargroth, seems important to the powers in Mordor. We must learn more. You're going to come with me? Okay.
Nargroth, realm of Borangos, entrenched with otherworldly fires.
houses more mysteries than the answers for which Isnir seeks.
Okay. So I was not expecting an instance there. Right, so here we're back outside Nargroth again. Okay. I'm still outside. Agar knife. That's the name I forgot. Okay. Do I have to fight these guys? Probably. Instances don't like to... Instances tend to be unamused by my desire to skip all the combat. Fine. Oh, there we go. No, there we don't go. I guess I have to get them all. Okay. There we go. I've fought my way in, like I guess I'm supposed to do. But the fire is still there. Hang on, but there are now 2 more mobs. Okay. That gemstone's interesting. Fire trolls. I guess I'm supposed to get you too. The other guy did Nigro, huh? Hey, I just used, what's it called? Return strike. Ooh, and well-placed strike in one single combat? Wow. Okay, so we're back in the old familiar haunts. Okay, how's my friend the watch statue doing? Okay, I'm going to assume his inner sanctum is in the middle. Whoa. Wow. That was unexpected. Where on earth am I? I'm in Udûn? Hey, did they change the map? No, I've just not been here in a long time. Oh, I've got to talk to what's-her-face again? It's far? Whoa. Crazy. That was quite the blast of fire. Oh, boy. So I have to start that again?
We must learn more about Nargroth.
You know what? I think I'm going to stop. We shall resume this next time. So next time we're going to... I had not expected this turn. I thought that I was going to get the final quest, the final boss quest from the statue, which I still don't know how it relates to anything. But, and then just go up the middle path and do the things. But apparently we're doing this in an instance? I don't know. Anyway, but I think I'm gonna stop. I am already intruding. And if that instance is going to be long and I'm going to be that likely to die, let's not do this now. So let's instead wait until next week, because I will be here next week. The plan is for me to be here next week. So tune in next week, in which we find the last singed page, finish Talith Urawi, finish Nargroth, and move on to Aggerknife. That's at least the plan for next week. Yeah, the rest of August looks pretty good, actually. I don't know for sure. There's still some uncertainties, some family uncertainties. I may end up traveling at some point this month for family reasons, and I don't even know what might happen with that. So there's like a big ol' asterisk next to any such promise, but I am planning on being here every Friday for the rest of August. All right. Thanks, everybody. Stay tuned for Druid's Fire, to whom I am grateful for allowing me to transgress her time. And I will see y'all next week. Bye now. Thanks for joining in on my rambles around Standing Stone's brilliant digital adaptation of Tolkien's world. If you enjoy these adventures, please consider supporting this and other entertaining educational programming by donating at signumuniversity.org/fund.